So what we'll do is we'll jump straight into it if everyone is ready. I don't know how many other people are going to be joining in, but just as Gabe's normal disclaimers. So first of all, I'm Dominic, one of the physios here at Westcoast. You're participating in today's session out of your own free will. On that side of things, if anything is painful or anything is difficult for you to do, in that, then I would advise that you don't do it today. I will try and give several stages, make it easy, medium, and hard in terms of difficulty, so that everyone should be able to participate if you can. So we're going to start with your usual warm-up. So we're just going to start to bring up those high knees for me. Keep those knees going up nice and high. Stay on the spot and just sort of playing around with the screen there. Excellent. So just start to bring those knees up. Get yourself moving on the spot, and then we're just going to start to speed that up a little bit. So we want to get your heart rate up a little bit higher on that side. Good. So keep that up nice and high. I apologize, something's going on with my audio. There we go. Keep going. Keep those knees going. Excellent. And then we're going to start to turn that into bundlocks. So just bring them out behind you. And we're just going to get you moving around a little bit and bring that heart rate up and stretch you off at the same time, because we're going to do a bit of a leg workout and a bit of an upper body workout for everything. So keep going a little bit longer. Excellent. And again, something's going on with my audio. There we go. Keep going, and then come to a bit of a rest on that side. From that position, we're just going to then turn you into a squat. So I'm going to turn sideways just so that you can see me. And we're just going to get you up and down. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. I don't mind too much about whether you're rounding over down into that position or whether you're staying perfectly up straight under the body weight. It's not too much of a concern from there. And you'll see that my feet are slightly turned out to the side. Again, if that's more comfortable for you, rather than that perfect neutral position pointing forwards, I'm not particularly fussed at this point. It just makes it nice and comfortable and can help with that pinching sensation in the front of your hip if you just turn your feet out ever so slightly as you come down on that side. And then just start to shake those legs off a little bit. Give yourself a bit of a chance to catch your breath back. And then we're going to jump straight into our first set of exercises. So we're going to stick with your squat. We're going to do 10 repetitions of each exercise, and we're going to do it 3 times for each one. We'll do one exercise, and then we'll do another exercise afterwards. And we'll go back to the first exercise, and then to the second exercise. So we're going to start with your squats. You're going to go a little bit wider this time. You might want to turn your feet out a little bit, okay, from there, rather than your narrow stance squat where you're going to come down into that position. We're going to bring you out a little bit wider from there, and this just allows you to go that little bit deeper. So from that position, we're then going to come down as low as possible and back up. And I'm just going to turn to the side so that you can see me as we do that. So from there, down as low as you can and back up. Your hands, I don't mind where they go. They could be across your shoulders, they can be down by your side, or they could be out in front, whichever feels more comfortable for you. For me, out here. That's 3, 4, 5. Good work, guys, well done. 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. And relax there. So nice and simple to start with. The deeper you go on that one, the harder it will be. The second exercise, we're going to bring you onto your back. Down into that floor position. Feet about shoulder width apart. You don't want these too wide. You want to bring them in nice shoulder width apart from there. And we're going to start with a bridge. So you're going to either lie with your hands across your stomach or down on the floor, whichever is more comfortable. From there, you're going to push down through your heels into the floor. And you're going to lift your bum up as high as you can. Now you should feel this all working into your buttocks and your hamstrings, not your lower back, okay? So if you're feeling it in your lower back, what I want you to do is come back down again. You're going to squash your lower back down into the floor. You're going to tilt your pelvis backwards So you're going to go into that posterior tilt, and then you're going to lift up by squeezing your bottom and your hamstrings. And that should take away the pain and discomfort in the lower back and keep you there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And then you're going to do the same again. You're going to tilt right back up. You're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And again. 4. And again, you should be starting to feel this in here. 3, 2, 1, and down. But still nothing in the lower back. So again, just tilt back and then push up through your heels. Your toes should be nice and loose. You shouldn't be pushing down through your toes, and you shouldn't feel too much into your quads, but more into your buttock and your hamstrings. And down. Good. We're almost halfway there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should be starting to feel this burning quite a bit now. This is 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down. If you're starting to feel this is too easy, you can then do it on one leg. So if you straighten out one leg, still do the same lift. 9, 10, and down. And you can do that with one leg. And you'll feel it obviously on the leg that's on the floor. Still pushing down through your heel. 9, 10. And make sure you swap legs on that side if you do. If you are doing it on one leg, make sure it's the leg that you swap over. The one that's on the floor is doing all the work. 8, 9, 10. Good. Again. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And one more when you're ready. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. And relax there, guys. Give it a little bit of a stretch out, and then when you're ready, you're going to stand back up again. Take your time. You're going to give yourself a little bit of a chance. Then you're going to go into that wide position again, feet slightly turned out. And then you're going to squat down again and back up. And again, 3. So that your knees coming out to the side, so you're not letting them drop into that position, but coming out to the side, over your toes, allowing them to just move as is comfortable for them. Good, that's halfway. You'll see, like I said, you get a little bit of a round from my lower back at the bottom. Because we're under such a light weight and it's just body weight, it's not too much of a worry. So I'm okay with that. 2 more. Good. And in terms of difficulty, getting this low is too hard. Just stop yourself that little bit higher and bring yourself back up there. 10. Back onto the floor again. So in this position, if you want to do that single leg, you're going to do it straight from the start. I'll let you know at 5 repetitions, you can swap legs. Okay. We'll do that together. If you're going to do just both legs at the same time, okay, into that position, shoulder width apart, tilt your pelvis backwards and lift up. And you'll do it with one leg. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. And back up. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. And again, you shouldn't be feeling this in your lower back. It should all be in your buttock and your hamstrings. 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. Trying to keep your pelvis aligned. Don't drop yourself down into this position. I'll show you on the other side. So from there, I don't want you to drop down into that position. But keep everything nice and straight, nice and aligned. It's the leg that's on the floor that's doing all the work. Okay. Last one on that leg. Before you swap over, I'll swap over with you guys in the next one. 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Swap legs. So you're going to keep on this leg now. If you've been doing the single legs, if you've been doing double leg, the entire time you can stay there, or if you do want to swap over onto that single leg, give it a try. From that position, you're going to lift up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. You'll notice my hands are across my stomach. They keep moving around. It's just because I don't really know what to do with them. They're perfectly fine. They can either be on the floor to support you, across your stomach, be up in the air if you really want. And got 2 more on this leg. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last one. Up and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax there. When you're ready, we're going to stand back up. Take your time as you come back up into standing. Good. How's everyone feeling? Should be doing okay. So again, back into that nice wide position. This is going to be your 3rd set here. Okay, so nice wide feet position, just over shoulder width apart. Feet turned out to the side slightly, about 45 degrees. Doesn't have to be a really big 90-degree turn. 45 degrees from that position. Hands out in front, across your chest. And you're going to come down as low as you can comfortably go and bring yourself back up. And you're going to come down and back up. Good. 4, 5. And you should be able to get much lower in this squat than you would in a normal squat or a normal standard squat with the chair behind you. Good. 3 more. 8, 9. And then last one. And relax there. That's 10 there. Should be starting to feel that deep into your adductors, into your hamstrings, and a little bit into your buttock, just to allow you to get that little bit deeper. And then we're going to go onto your back again, down into that position. Last one on the floor here with your bridge. So again, if you have been doing the last 2 sets with double leg lifting up, squeezing your buttocks, squeezing your hamstrings, it's where you should feel it, not so much into here. If that is the case and you're feeling it into here, again, just want to make sure that you're pushing through your heels, not down through your toes, not trying to point your toes down into the floor and pushing yourself up the mat, but instead try to lift your buttocks straight up. If you're on your single leg and want something a little bit more challenging, you can just move that foot a little bit further away from your bottom. This is going to put a lot more into your hamstrings, and we're going to do the same thing again. It's going to be a nice straight leg from there, and you're going to lift up, and you're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Again, trying to make sure that your pelvis is nice and straight, and you're not dropping and twisting to the side, allowing one side to drop. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. And again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. 2 more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last one. And again, those that have moved their foot away, we get that a little bit further away from the bottom. Should be feeling that much towards your hamstring right about now. 9, 10, and down. Swap legs. So again, try and make sure that they're level, they're staying in place. So you work just as hard. Don't move this one all the way back. And just start to work the buttock again. Keep it out in that position. If you're trying to move it towards your hamstrings, if you do want it a little bit easier, and moving it away as you are, just bring it that little bit closer. And from there, you can lift up and hold. 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. 4 more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, you might find the hips starting to drop, so really try and bring that in. It's nice and level across. 9, 10. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down, relax there. Should be starting to feel that into your buttocks, into your hamstrings. Just have a bit of a sit up, take your time. You might feel a little bit dizzy after spending so long on the floor. Take your time when you stand up. Just give yourself a little bit of a stretch out on that side. Okay, so from here, my next one is we're going to come back onto the floor, but you're going to be in a plank position this time. So you're going to come down onto the floor. Now, we're not going to hold your plank, but you're going to come into that plank position. So elbows bent to 90 degrees. Okay, just a little bit underneath your shoulders, elbows under your shoulders, hands out in front, and then you're going to take your legs out behind you. So then you're trying to find that nice straight position. I don't want you up here. Okay, I don't want you sagging into that position there. You want you nice and flat from that position. And then with this, you're then going to start to bring your knee underneath you and back. And each time that you step back, you go back to that flat position every single time. So you'll see my bum has to come up to get my knee underneath me and back. It's not touching the floor, it's not resting on the floor, but it's staying there and back out. And you've got 2 more on each side. Good. And last one on this side, and last one on that side. And relax there. And that should be giving you quite a good trunk workout. So your core muscles, basically your abdomen, your abdominal muscles coming into there to try and give you a little bit of strength and control. If you find that you're sagging too much and you're dropping down into that position, just stop, give yourself a bit of a rest, allow it to calm down, and then try and come back into that flat position there each time. All right. Now, to go along with this one, we are going to come into your lunge as well. So Gabe's taken you through lunges before. It's a slightly different variation on this side of things, much more to work buttock and hamstring rather than the quad. So we're going to take that big step forwards into there, a little bit wider than you may normally think. Okay, so it's that nice big step forwards. Gives cue to drop your knee straight down to the floor and then push yourself back up. I'm going to keep that, but all the weight goes onto your front leg. So you're pushing down through your front heel, not through your back toe. So you might lean forwards a little bit, down into that position. And then what I should be able to do is essentially, I can lift my toe off the back leg, okay, because all of my weight is on the front, and I can keep myself doing this and drive myself back up. Okay, so you don't have to lift your foot up, but it's just to demonstrate that all of my weight is on that front leg. So from that position, and then coming down and back up, down and back up, down, back up. Good, and all of that weight pushing down through there, you should feel into your buttock and your hamstring on this side, rather than that back leg down into your quad. If you are feeling it into this leg, just want you to move your weight forward, shift your body over forward slightly. You might get a bit of a lean, but that's okay. Okay, good. And last one, and drive from there. Swap legs, so you can do the same on the other leg. So I'm going to keep that position here just so you can see me. Nice big step forwards, knee over the heel like Gabe's cue before. That knee goes straight down towards the floor, okay? But again, all the weight is on the front leg, not the back one this time. So down through there, push through your heel, maybe lean forward that little bit and drive back up. So all from here and here, not from the quad on that leg. And again, if you're feeling in this leg, just lean that little bit further forward, push down through your heel and drive back up. Should be on the front leg that you're feeling it with this. Good. 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand up there fully. So we're going to go back into your plank. Okay. Down into that nice flat position. Down onto there, onto your hands and knees. Elbows again under your shoulder. Legs out behind you. And then from there, you're going to come underneath and back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. and relax there. So again, with this, you're trying to imagine just trying to bring your pelvis towards your rib cage. So you're closing down into there, not allowing that to open up and drop down so that you're arching to the back, but trying to draw it underneath you so that you're nice and flat the entire time. Okay, we'll come back onto it in a second. We're going to go back to your lunges. So again, front leg does all the work on this. Okay, so from that position, front knee over your heel, back leg, very little support on the back leg, almost lifting it up off the floor. From there, and this knee goes straight down to the floor while pushing through this heel. Down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap legs. Again into that position. From there, down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All on that front leg. 9, 10. And back up. So again, your hamstrings, glutes should be feeling that on that front leg. Last set of planks. Okay. So again, trying to maintain that rib and your pelvis. Close down as much as possible so you go into that posterior tilt, not dropping into that position, sticking your bum out, but again, tucking your bum in, trying to bring your pelvis underneath you. And as that knee comes forwards, you keep that position as much as possible. And then as that leg goes back, you drop back into that flat position the entire time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax there. Hopefully you're all keeping up. Hopefully you're all able to follow along with my instructions and that you can also all understand me. So from that position, obviously I have no visual feedback from you guys. So from here, last set of lunges, that foot out in front. From there, knee over your heel, weight on the front leg, back knee towards the floor and up. All the weight on the front leg and the back leg. Doesn't really do anything. It should be nice and wobbly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Same on the other side. I'm just going to turn around. Just to change things up a little bit. You guys don't have to. Knee over your heel. Again, back leg straight towards the floor. Weight on the front leg. Down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And give that a shake off. So we're going to go through our last few exercises just for a real challenge on this one. So we are going to get you back on the floor again. I'm just walking around, just give my legs a little bit of a break. By all means, feel free to do the same. And I'll just demonstrate this next exercise before everyone joins in. You're going to lie on your back again. Down into here. You're going to bring your knees above your hips. Your feet off the floor if you can. Arms are going to come straight out in front. And from here, the easy version, you start with your toes just touching down onto the floor. Now during this, you need to try and maintain that your back is nice and flat, and I can't get my hand underneath my back into the floor. So you're trying to squash your lower back down into the floor the entire time, even when you bring your legs down to the floor. We don't want to see you do that and try that. As your legs come down, you want to keep that pelvis towards your rib cage. Try and tuck that in. Keep your back squashed into the floor, and you're just going to tuck down and swap onto the other side. The harder version from this would be then to take your legs out, nice and straight, into there, And then if you get really good at that and can maintain that, you're then going to bring in your arm at the same time and maintain that position nice and flat on the floor. And then last one into there. So again, if you can't maintain that position, as either your legs start to straighten out or as you start to bring in the arms, go back to the easier version. Keep that back squashed down into the floor the entire time. So you're down there and not dropping into that position. We don't want you sort of arching up and feeling it in the back. It should all be into your trunk, into your abdominal muscles where you should feel it the entire time. And the last one from here. Into your press up position from here. Now the easy version from this position is just going to be pushing yourself back into your downward dog type position and then back. So you're just going to push back into there. And you're pushing forwards with your hands. You're trying to push your hands along the floor, okay, without them sliding. And just by pushing forwards, that's going to push you backwards. You're not just trying to lift your bum up into the air. You're going to push the floor away and drive your arms backwards. And that's going to start to work your shoulders and your traps up and around your shoulder blades. The harder version, what we're going to do is you're going to come into that position. You're going to come back, and then you're going to try and lower yourself down and back up to there. So you're going to go back and down and up. 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 You should start to feel this working into your shoulders quite a lot, quite tough. If the easy version, just coming back into there and don't do the added dip. 8, 9, 10, and relax there. So again, you should be feeling that up into your shoulders, up into your traps, both sides, as you lower down or as you just push yourself backwards and bring yourself up into that downward dog position. We're going to go back to your dead dog, so I've just swapped around sides this time, just so you can see the other arm, and that I'm not cheating. So back stays squashed into the floor the entire time. Just scrunching up my shirt so you can see my back. Any space. So here I can get my whole arm underneath. But I want you squashing down. So now my hand has nowhere to go. Bring those feet up. Bring those arms and legs up. So again, easy version, just tapping down. The harder version, legs out straight, maintaining that position. And the hardest version, opposite arm and leg all the way through. Okay, so 10, are you ready? Now we'll go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax there. And again, should be starting to feel that across your trunk, into your abdomen, not in the lower back. So back into your press up position, up into there. Arms and body nice and flat, nice and tucked in, so you're not here yet. But then as you drive back with those hands, pushes you up. We're going to lower down and together. Back down. Here, 2, 3. And again, the easy version, just coming back. You don't have to lower down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and relax there. Good. Should all be feeling pretty tired now, pretty worn out. So we've got the last set of your dead bugs, the ones lying on your back, and then last set of those press ups for your shoulders, and then we'll call it there. We'll just do a little bit of a cool down, stretch off a few things, and then you'll be free to go. So last one down into this position, hands up, legs up, So on this one, if you've been doing the easy version, just your toes tapping, what I want you to try and do now is straighten out those legs. If you've been doing it without the arms, I want you to try and add the arms in this time. Okay, just take it that little bit step harder, that little bit harder as you go through this time. So from that position, down the flat and up. 2, 3. If your back starts to arch up, again, just go back a step, go to a slightly easier version. That's 5, halfway to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To try and maintain that position, squash down the inside side. Good, so last set of press-ups. If everyone's still with me, just gone over the 30-minute mark. So from there, onto that position. So the easy version again, just pushing yourself back, feeling that shoulder blade, feeling your shoulders and your traps working. This one, back and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And last one, guys. 10. And relax there. What was that on that side? So just give yourself a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a break. Have a stand up slowly. You're doing a lot of work on the floor. You might feel a little bit dizzy, have a bit of a walk around. And we're just going to come in, just stretch a few things out. Just give yourself a little bit of relief, a little bit of a chance to cool down. So from that position, just take a nice shoulder width stance. So nice and steady, nice and stable. Just take those arms up and around just a few times. Just give them a bit of a stretch out and a little bit of relaxation afterwards. Shouldn't be too difficult. You don't have to really struggle to get your arms against your ears. Just nice and gentle, move around. Give yourself a little bit of a chance to calm things down. And then you're just going to go forwards again. So I'm walking around on the spot just to try and keep myself moving that little bit. If you want nice steady stance. Shoulder width apart. And relax there. Just going to bring your arm across your shoulder and just hold for a few seconds. We're not looking at developing flexibility. We're just trying to give it a little bit of a chance to calm down after being used for a short amount of time. So just hold for up to 5 seconds and just give it a bit of a stretch behind you. So now, hand down the back of your shoulder. That position, just stretch off your triceps as well. Up into that position and relax back down. And one on the other side. Again, if you guys feel like you need to do any specific stretching on that side, so again, you can come up, do your quad stretch down the front, work a little bit in there, but more your hamstrings and your glutes might need a bit of a stretch off from the bridges, from the lunges that we've done today. Again, we're not looking at developing length, so you don't need to hold it for particularly long. Just give it a bit of a pulse there. Heel out in front, just bend forward. Feel that stretch down the back of your hamstrings. And relax off. And then same on the other side. Stretch forwards, feel that back down the hamstring. And again, the other side. And do one more each side. Feel that working all the way down into there. And then the last one, we're going to get back on the floor. Feet out in front. It'll be a little bit more thorough with this one. You may not have done it before. You're going to come into that position, right to the other side so you can see what I do first. So your right leg goes over your left leg, foot flat on the floor. In there, you're going to bring your hand and you're just going to gently push your knee backwards with your elbow if you can get to there. If you can't, just pull slightly across here. You should feel a bit of a stretch down to the side of the hip. Or if you really twist around, you'll get it into your back as well on that side. Same on the other elbow to the knee, and then just twist around if you can. So again, if you can't get that far, just pull slightly with that knee, pull it towards you, feel that stretch down into here, and then relax off. So stand up, take your time, give yourself a bit of a shake off, and we're done from there, guys. I'm going to hand you back to Gabe if he wants to give anything further to shout out on that side. But from me, it's goodbye, and we'll hopefully see you next week as well, and tomorrow, the Gabe session. Goodbye.